right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome. If you are new, sorry about that. Had to adjust the camera a little bit. Appreciate you guys joining me today. Appreciate you waiting patiently for the intro to finish up there. Hope everybody's doing well. Today, we are going over my PlayStation predictions. MRPD says, I see you're on demon mode on Twitter today. Yeah, dude, I'm just torching it over there at this point, you know? What's the point? What's the point, man? What's up, Irfan? Doing all right. The Getaway is back on PS5, is it? Yeah, we're going to be going over my predictions from January. I did a whole predictions episode of what's Sony going to do in 2024. Let's see if I was right about anything. King Sam says another chance to hit the 1150 members so I can drop the final 50 bomb, guys. Yeah, guys, you drop 550 members today, I'll delete my Twitter. No joke. I'll do it. You drop 550 members today, I will delete my Twitter live on stream. I'll do it on stream. But yeah, that's a high goal. So it's just easy to tweet. I mean, yeah, it's too easy. PlayStation Plus games for January. Wait, did they announce them? I don't think they announced them yet, dude. All right, let me hold on. I forgot to bring up my video. Give me one moment. Yeah, so this was posted 11 months ago, it says. What was the actual date that I made my predictions? Let me see. So the date was January 1st. Oh, okay. So that was my January 1st stream. January 1st, 2024. I did a stream titled PlayStation 2024 Predictions and What I Hope to See. So I want to go back and see how wrong I was. Surprise, surprise. MBG was wrong. Or if you're saying just delete it like I did with Instagram. Yeah, but wouldn't it be fun if we did it live on stream? Yeah, listen, we're going to get into it. I'm going to replay some of these things. It's going to be audio for you guys. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but I just want to get the general idea of what I predicted. But breaking news, PlayStation to continue focusing on live service games. I mean, they were never going to not do live service games. But I think that they kind of realized maybe they went a little too overboard with it. I think that's what they realized. Is it trending on Twitter? Hold on, let me see. I guess it must be for you it's trending, because on my end it's not. I don't see anything like that trending. I did see people talking about it yesterday, though. Yeah, I mean, some people, I guess, were thinking that Sony wasn't going to do live service games anymore, which is weird that they would think that. Sony has to do live service games. Something that's become very clear across the industry is, dude, like, live service games are here to stay. People love live service games. Like, they do. That's why they're so prevalent, and they make so much money, and they get so much engagement, dude. So Sony's got to try to do something in that space. Whether or not they will be successful, that's really the the question. I just think that you have to have a balanced approach. That's all. You can't go scorched earth like Jim Ryan tried to do. I think that's a unwise decision. Like, I can understand, you throw 12, 13 games at the wall, higher the chances that's one of them will stick, but I don't know. If the studios weren't prepared for that, it seems like a bad idea. I'm just waiting a couple minutes here to let more people kind of file in before I start going over these these predictions that I made for this year. So I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes, let more people file in. But as I'm doing that, I want to we have subtext here using his milestone chat. He says, cheers to one of the weirdest years in gaming news and the most unpredictably Sony years ever. Let's hope 2025 brings more hype. Yeah, I mean, I'm also going to be giving a bit of a review of PlayStation in 2024, and I don't think it was the best year PlayStation had. Could have been better. I think we can all agree on that, but certainly not nearly as bad as some people have made it sound. Some people have made it sound like Sony had a atrocious year, and I'm like, you just don't like video games if that's what you believe. That's not me being defensive. That's just a fact. You don't like, if there wasn't a single game on the PS5 that was like considered a console exclusive that you had no interest in, like not a single game, I in my opinion, I feel like you just don't really, you're not really into video games that much, which is fine. But I don't necessarily think you're the type of person that should be out here being like, Sony's year sucked. They had no games. Like, the fuck? Is it? Yeah, I can agree with that. You're saying there were a lot of games. It was a unique type of year. Yeah, you're not. If you're the type of person that expects like one type of game or only like 1 to 2 types of games from Sony, and that's why you're on PlayStation, I can understand why you would feel that way. But did I figure out the camera issue? I don't know. You know what I think it may have been, dude? And this is so stupid, but yesterday we were having some issues with the camera at the beginning of the stream, and you know what I did? I actually loosened it. It's screwed into a stand, and I noticed it was on there pretty tight, and I did that purposely so it doesn't move. But I actually loosened it to see if, I don't know, I just was like, screw it, unscrew it. I guess actually, let's just see what happens and see if it fixes it. And ever since I did that, it seemed to have stopped with the issue. So I'm like wondering if maybe it was actually like the camera itself was screwed on too tightly and it was causing some kind of issue. I mean, we'll find out. We'll find out. We'll see what happens today. But it's been okay. It's been okay. Yeah, it's just gonna probably completely crap out now. MBG Xbox has literally 0 games I'm interested in. I mean, there are definitely some Xbox games I'm interested in. Listen, before I go over this, I want to get a little rant out of the way. I hope you guys can indulge me here, but check this out, dude. Like, one of the I have to just get this out of my system. And I know you guys see this shit too, but I got to vent it for a moment. And we're going to dive into the first prediction, okay? One of the things that really does get to me is people lying about my channel, my content, what I did or did not say, right? People just completely making shit up and lying. I don't care if people want to make shit up about stuff related to gaming. Like, I see that all the time. I see people just making shit up about video games, about these platforms and everything else. And it's like, I get it, whatever. I think you're stupid for doing that, but I don't really care. But once it's about like me or my content specifically, that's when, it becomes kind of personal, where it's like, I'm not dealing with this shit, man. And something occurred today, and it's like, I have to deal with people coming to my channel constantly, but also outside of my channel, seeing people react to certain things I say or do. And today there was this one user on Twitter that I basically put on blast because they were calling me a grifter, a clickbaiter, and they were saying that, you know, basically I'm just like lying about shit, you know? And one of the things that they said is that I talk more about Xbox than I do PlayStation. And this shit pissed me off, not because of what he said, but because there were people agreeing with it. And this is what I mean, man. Like, you try to turn the other cheek, you try to just mind your own fucking business and not deal with this bullshit. And yet, this is what happens. It gets to a point where people just start literally making shit up, throwing terms around, and then before you know it, there's droves of people agreeing with them, even though it's flat out lies. By the way, do you know what I posted that made this person decide to say you talk more about Xbox than PlayStation? I literally asked the question, how do we feel about Xbox currently? That was the question I asked. Dude, these are the same type of dumb fucks that, as Microsoft is out here literally announcing their games for PlayStation 5, these are the same type of dumb fucks that'll come over and be like, why are you talking about Xbox, bro? Why are you talking about Microsoft? I thought you didn't like Xbox. Like, are you a dumb fuck? Yes, you are. You are. That's why you're asking that question. Microsoft is announcing their games for the platform that I'm fucking covering. It's insane, man. It's insane that this is shit that I'm still seeing. Like, Phil Spencer literally said, no red lines. We will put everything everywhere, period, end of discussion. That includes PlayStation. Why talk about Xbox, man? Meanwhile, you get these people, they're going to clip me because of something negative I have to say about Xbox. But you know what they won't clip? They won't clip, hey, here are the Xbox games I'm interested in. Hey, you remember that conversation we had about Fable and how I'm interested in it, and if it does come to PS5, I'm going to play it? What about State of Decay 3? What about Doom? What about me saying Xbox actually has a good roadmap of games? Like, they actually have a lot of games now. They're doing it. Do you see these people clipping that shit? No, they won't. And then this is what I have to see. I have to see people coming at me with this. Like, are you serious? Cypherpunk is saying, don't we do that to other content creators here? No, Rich Rod does that to other content creators, Cypherpunk. I've had it up to here with Rich Rod. Maybe you're right. Rich Rod's going to rope me into this shit. No, we don't actually do that to other content creators. That's the furthest it goes, is Rich Rod has a problem with some Xbox content creators, and he drops some chats mentioning them not being so kind, which I've scolded him for that, bro. I've tried. But no, I'm not doing that to other content creators. Well, mainly because I'm not interested in that shit. You know? One of the saddest things that I've seen out here these days is people, their entire streams or their entire videos are literally, here's what somebody else said, and I'm just going to react to it. And they get cheered on for it. Like, dude, do you have anything original to say? Do you have an original thought? Can you just make a video with just you and you alone? Can you do that? I bet you can't. I bet they can't. But it doesn't matter because people have decided that that's what they want to see. That's what they like. And that's fine. I'm not even necessarily here to judge that type of content. But what pisses me off is the disingenuous nature that begins to proliferate because of that type of content. It starts to create a culture of like, we don't need the context, or we don't need to listen to everything this person says. Because if this person has one bad thing to say about this platform and one good thing to say about this other platform, then that must be all they said. It saddens me that people are so stupid. People are so stupid that they do not realize that the people who are taking this shit, right, could be a 5-minute clip, could be a 10-minute clip, where I'm basically going on about one particular topic regarding Microsoft or Xbox, and I'm not being so kind about it. People are too stupid to realize that there's a reason why you're just seeing a 5 to 10-minute clip, and that's all you're seeing out of a 4-hour stream. There's a reason why this person is not going to take the other clip, the second clip, where I'm saying something good and I'm saying something positive, or I'm following up with something positive. You're not going to see that shit because it hurts them. It makes people realize that they are disingenuous, that they are liars, that they are painting a very specific picture. But you know what? Something tells me that we've reached a point where they could do that. People would see that they're liars. People would see that they're disingenuous, and it wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter, dude. People would just say, yeah, fuck that guy anyway. Who cares? Because that's just the way people are. That's the way people roll in 2024, dude. And going into 2025. But, you know, I digress. It's just sad to see that, like, it's sad to see me continually being roped in to like within groups of people where it's like, I'm not doing that shit. Like, the thing that you are trying to convince people I am saying or doing, I'm actually not. That's the part that blows my mind. So it's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. The problem is, like, I don't know. I guess this is probably why the people who are clipping others, why they're not going to stop. Because it's like, I mean, fuck. People want it. That's what the people want. Cypherpunk, you're saying that's 99% of streamers now. It's all drama bait. I know, man. It's sad. It's sad times. And I don't think it's going to get any better anytime soon. If it's going to get better, it doesn't seem like, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything that's convincing me. But on Twitter, I'm just fucking losing it because I'm just saying fuck it on Twitter, dude. Like, I'm at that point, Cypherpunk, where I'm going to start rage baiting people. I'm just going to start feeding into it. No, maybe today I am, but truthfully, I'm not. I'll be gone before I choose to do that. MBG, I tried to watch a roast video on you, and it's just him assuming what you say or mean instead of addressing what you actually say. That's what I mean. I've seen that shit too, Devil Shooter, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, I'm pretty sure this is what he meant. Like, why don't you acknowledge what I actually said, word for fucking word, rather than projecting your assumption onto what I'm saying and then trying to convince the onlookers that, no, that's really what he said. This is how ill the fucking internet is in 2024, dude, or going into 2025. This is how bad it's gotten. It's an unfortunate reality that you need to, like, you're either going to feed into it or you're not, and you're going to be probably a victim to it if you're not out here swinging all around, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. Check out Blue Sky instead. No, I mean, when I'm done with Twitter, I'm just done with the only social media I will be on is YouTube. You know? That'll be it. Twitter fucking sucks, dude. Twitter, I mean, it's so bad. Like, it's so bad. And I've heard it's getting a lot worse in other places as well. You know? Like, I heard Instagram's getting pretty bad. I just saw that Meta, they're like, we're going to have AI profiles now. And I'm like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? We're going to have AI profiles that behave just like normal human profiles. So you can't tell the difference anymore. What are we doing? Like, what is the point now of social media other than to just be a conduit of potential profit and revenue gain? Like, I mean, it was always that, but it's like, now we're just going to start making AI profiles? Like, openly do it. We're going to openly do that. So now you have no idea what's actually going on. It's the gaming community side. I don't see it nearly as bad in the sports world, just banter. Damn, that's kind of sad. Saying that sounds fun. You want an AI profile? Yeah, I mean, how How long until all of my comments are just AI, or at least like 3/4 of them are just AI? How do I know some of them aren't already AI, dude? I guess I can't know. My whole chat's just an AI. But yeah, man, I just had to go on that tangent because, it comes here too, by the way. That's the thing. And I think that's why I'm ranting so much about it before I move on and we go over the predictions. I'm ranting so much about it because it's here too. When it's over on Twitter, when it's over in these other fucking forums and shit, I don't care about that nearly as much because it's like, whatever. I expect this here. But I see it happening here on YouTube as well. And it comes to my channel, it comes to my, um, you know, my stream or my comment sections, and I'm just tired of it, dude. I'm tired of it, and I do try to crack down on it myself on my channel, where it's like I'm not gonna deal with people lying and making shit up. I'm not gonna do it. If we reach a point where we have reached a point where for some reason that's what people want. People want to be lied to. They want to hear what they want to fucking hear. And people have caught on where they're like, if I just say this shit, I'm going to get an audience. Because this is how dumb people are now. This is how sick people are, where it's like they don't want the truth. They want the opposite of that. And people are now capitalizing on that. And it's just getting worse and worse. And it's like, listen, man, I'm not here to do that. But I'm also not going to sit here and let people fucking lie and just make shit up about my content, my channel, my audience, what I have to say, what I did say, what I didn't say. But, for those wondering, and I'm going to move on, but for those wondering, because I've seen people suggest this, they're like, dude, why don't you try making your own clips? Why don't you try like making your own clips and kind of pushing back against it? I have, dude. And it doesn't really matter because it's like I said, people want to believe what they want to believe. They want to hear what they want to hear. They want to see what they want to see. And so when I put shit like that out there, they just ignore it. They just it doesn't matter, dude. We've already determined you are the radical PlayStation fanboy, and all of your takes and everything you say is just nonsense. So if you say one thing or two things or five things or a bunch of things that are not nonsense and actually seem to be pretty accurate, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we can't profit off of that. We need you to be right in that box. The more something is said, the more true it becomes. It doesn't matter if it's an actual truth or not. I know, dude. That's why I just want to highlight this one thing. This person says, what PlayStation first-party games? Question mark. There are no PlayStation first-party games. This is what this person says. They're just saying there's no games. There's no PlayStation first-party games. They get 8, 9, 10 upvotes. So that means, assuming these are not like bot or AI accounts, that means 8 to 9 to possibly 10 people agree with that. And people see, they're like, oh, how many hearts did that get? That got 10 hearts? Must be true. This person responds and says, this is such a bizarre narrative that Xbots try to pull. Bro, a PlayStation first-party game just literally won Game of the Year, and there are plenty of other first-party games announced that are coming in 2025. And I responded. I said, dude, it's because it's all they have anymore. They need to literally make stuff up and lie. If they say Sony has no first-party games and it gets enough upvotes, then it must be true. Why live in reality when you can just be completely fucking deluded? It's crazy, dude. All right, I'll leave it there. I don't want to spend the whole stream. And Illegal Monkey comes in and drops 2 single membership gifts. Illegal Monkey, thank you so much for that, bud. I'm going to add that to the counter, and we're going to start with my predictions. You guys heard me rant long enough. It's hard not to rant about it, but I know when I rant about it, I'm just kind of feeding into it. So let me add that to the counter. That brings us up to 664. Oh, wait, hold on. I can't tell if this is glitched or if you're actually dropping more here. Okay, Illegal Monkey did drop more. That's 1, 2. that 5? I'm losing track, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's 4. It's 4. All right. Thank you for that, illegal monkey. We got a 4 bomb. It like glitched out on my other screen here for some reason. It like doubled them for some reason. I see what he's doing. Uh-oh. He wants it to be 666. This is cursed. Why would you do this, illegal monkey? He's the devil. The devil's here. Social media is the devil. All right, let me update that. $666. Wow. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right, man. The number of the beast. 666 apparently doesn't have to be a bad thing. I looked into it. It can be good. It can be something good too. It could be something good. Anyway, all right. Was that intentional? I think it was. We're going to do the reaction to my predictions. So just to update everybody, this was a stream that I put out January 1st, 2024. So the first day of this year, I put out my predictions. Okay. We're going to start with my first prediction of what I thought PlayStation would do in the year 2024. Number 1. And I'm sure many of you can guess what this prediction is. I'm starting off strong with a big hope, but also something that I think is incredibly likely. Sony gives us that showcase sometime in 2024. Now, I'm sure most of you know what I mean when I say that showcase, right? Not a showcase, not just any old showcase. No, that showcase, the one that we were supposed to get in 2023, but unfortunately we didn't get. We did get a showcase last year, but it seems like Sony really dropped the ball in a big way when it comes to what the community, what the fan base expected from that showcase. I think we can all agree on that to some extent. Maybe some people were a little bit harsher on it than others, but generally speaking, the showcase did not do what it was supposed to do. What is a PlayStation showcase supposed to do? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. It's supposed to showcase new games for the PlayStation platform. But if we look a little bit further, we all agree that a PlayStation showcase is where Sony is supposed to show up with a strong first-party presence. They are supposed to have an exciting show where they reveal titles that are coming from their studios. They are out here getting fans. All right, so I think you guys get the point. For my first prediction of this year, see, maybe this is why I got to change things up when I do my 2025 predictions. I'm going to have to change things up because the first prediction I have is Sony's going to have a big, exciting showcase. And of course, I immediately solidified the entirety of 2024, making sure, because MBG said that, there's going to be, like, I feel like somebody at Sony, Hiroki Totoki's watching my stream. It's being translated, and he's literally like writing stuff down. Like, we're gonna make sure none of these things happen. So no showcase in 2024. We can cross that off the list. I'm actually thinking about doing a list for 2025 of things I don't want to see from PlayStation. I do not want PlayStation to do these things. Okay, I'm thinking about doing it that way. So the first prediction was wrong. We did not get a showcase. It is worth noting we did get a healthy amount of state of plays where some first-party games were revealed, but no showcase. So 0 for 1 so far. Let me continue on here. Let me move to my next prediction. Prediction number 2. Number 2, PlayStation finally announces more first-party games. So obviously, we talk about the showcase, but what is it that we need at the showcase? What is it that we need from Sony? It doesn't have to come in the form of a showcase, mind you. It's okay, Sony. If you want to change how you reveal games, that's fine, but you got to reveal the games. You do. And so that is my second prediction, is Sony is going to announce a significant, and that's the key word, a significant amount of first-party games. Not just because I want them to, because of course I want them to, but because they have to. All right, so what are we thinking? I feel like this is kind of half and half. I feel like I was kind of right in that they did announce first-party games. I said a significant amount. So they announced Astrobot this year. It came out this year. They announced Ghost of Yotei. They announced Naughty Dog's next game. I mean, is there anything I'm missing? Is that it? I mean, what's kind of weird? What's kind of weird? We have to understand that was January 1st, 2024. So it's like they did announce some remakes. They announced Until Dawn remake, Horizon Zero Dawn remaster. But those came out this year. Lego Horizon Adventures. But yeah, I guess I get like half a point for that one. It's super unsettling hearing you, but your mouth isn't moving. I should put the clips on the screen. No, I want you guys to be unsettled. You need to be unsettled. All right, so I would say that's half a point. So I'm 0.5 and then 1.5. 0.5 in the win column, 1.5 in the loss column. All right, let's move on to prediction number 3. But first, we have PlayStation Pete. Says, if every platinum trophy was extremely difficult, would you still play on PlayStation? No, I would burn my PlayStation. I would burn it. Or take a sledgehammer to it, one or the other. No, I don't know. I would probably still play on PlayStation. But I probably wouldn't trophy hunt. You know? I wouldn't trophy hunt. But I'd probably still play on PlayStation. Elite Dude says, was good. Was good. All right, let's move on to prediction number 3. So you can hear me talk without my mouth moving. Prediction number 3. Sony announces at least 2 major partnerships with established studios / publishers, and there's at least 1 studio acquisition, and that studio acquisition is going to be a small to medium studio. All right, well, we can just file that one in the fucking loss column. What, dude, what was going I need to know why I thought that. This was literally 1 year ago, almost to the date. We're 2 days away from this being exactly 1 year ago. Why did I think that? Like, I'm trying to think right now why I thought Sony was gonna like. I mean, the partnerships I can kind of understand because Sony, they sometimes do announce these partnerships, but all right, well, 0.5 and 2. 0.5 and 2. No, 0.5 and 2.5. I'm just going to say 0 and 3. Drinking coffee while talking is very impressive. Sean Mitchell says, have a good new year when it comes, MBG and gang. 2025 is honestly looking like one of the most stacked years of gaming since before the COVID slowdown. Yeah, 2025 is looking a bit overwhelming when it comes to the amount of games. But thank you for that, Sean. I hope you have a good new year as well. I mean, yeah, they did expand their partnership, if you want to call it that, or their ownership of Katakawa, but I don't know. I could have had that one. All right, let's just move on to prediction number 4. Sam's prediction number 4. We will finally see some of Sony's live service games in action, and it will be pretty divisive. However, I do think Concord will be a potential standout title. Holy fuck. Oh, it was a standout title, all right. It was a standout title. Jesus, delete that. Concord's going to be a standout title, bro. I should have watched this back before I decided to live stream it. True. Technically true. I was technically right. Dude, literally the opposite of what I predict comes true. I'm telling you, I am making a list in 2025. Of things I don't want Sony to do. Sony, you better not have that fucking showcase. I better not see a damn showcase this year. I swear to God. I swear to God. I better not see more single-player games. I want to see nothing but live service garbage. For Sony. Now, this is a big one because we've been talking for a long time about what Sony's doing with their live service ambitions, and it seems as though they have changed course somewhat, or at least, what the fuck, man? Like, why didn't I elaborate? I mean, I guess I did elaborate. There's a whole nother, let me see. There's about a good, like, 30 minutes, or 20, 25 minutes of me elaborating on this games as a service thing, but I don't know. I guess, I was technically right in that I said we're going to see these some of these live service games. We did with Helldivers 2 and Concord. I was just totally wrong in that now, to be fair, look, we do need to understand. I only had that hamburger and space trailer to go off of. All right? That's all I had. So I was just, I was just going based off of the fact that Sony bought the studio, and I'm like, this shit must be pretty good. All right? That's all I had. Couldn't have been more wrong, but, can't be sitting here acting like I had any idea what the fuck was coming. I had no idea what was coming. If I had known, dude, this is literally, if I could go back in time and be like, it's like I'm just watching the stream. You just see another version of me walk in, just place my hand on my shoulder, being like, let me tell you something, man. No tweaking hamburger and Concord, false advertisement. All right. Goddamn, I am like terrified at what these other predictions are going to be. It's only getting worse. I feel like my main takeaway here is I shouldn't do a predictions stream or video. Okay, here's the 5th prediction. And others, but my 5th prediction, another fairly obvious one. But I think the PlayStation 5 Pro, or I predict the PlayStation 5 Pro will be announced and revealed during the summer. I want to make something known right now, okay? Because this has been bothering me a little bit. I've been seeing people in the PlayStation community talking about. If I had to assume, I'm probably going on a diatribe there about people saying we don't need a PS5 Pro. Maybe, I don't know. Were they right at this point in time? I don't know. Okay, so there we go. I got one. I said that the PS5 Pro would be revealed in the summer. It was summer, yeah. It was the second week of September, which is still the summer. So, yeah, September is summer up until I think the 21st or 2nd. So, I was correct. I was correct on that one. So, I get one W. One win. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. All right, let's see what the next prediction is. We're going to move on to prediction number 6. Now, this one might be my wildest prediction so far. But I was really thinking about it, and I'm like, I could see this happening this year. I do. I think this is going to happen. And here it is. Prediction number 6, sometime during 2024, we're going to get a leak regarding another handheld console from Sony. But this time, it's going to, the leak and the rumor is going to make it clear that it's running games natively and it's not a remote play or cloud-based device. Now, to be clear, it will be a leak and a rumor. And because of that, it could be something that isn't actually coming out with the PS5. It could be something planned for closer to next gen with the PlayStation 6. All right, so there we go. I was right about that one. So there we go. Yeah, Hail Mary W. Was a rumor, not a leak, though. I mean, I guess if I think I did say like it'll be a leak or a rumor, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I take that as W because I feel like that did occur this year. Like we had a couple rumors this year that basically pointed to they're doing another dedicated handheld. But that was my 6th prediction. How many predictions did I do? I think I did 10. So let's move on to prediction number 7. Rolling here. Prediction number 7. Okay. My prediction here is that the next PlayStation CEO will be officially announced later this year. I'm thinking maybe around May or June or possibly July, like basically around that time. But more importantly, whoever is named the CEO, I'm predicting it's not going to be somebody we know. Like, it's not going to be like Shuhei Yoshida or something like that, or Herman Holst. It's going to be somebody we're not really familiar with. And my big prediction here is if it could be like Eric Limpel, he's kind of known. I predict that fans and the wider gaming community is going to be extremely critical of this individual. Like, they're going to be watching them with a microscope, basically, and watching every move they make and hanging on to every word they say, because whoever is going to be announced as the new CEO of PlayStation is following up Jim Ryan. And Jim Ryan got off to a pretty good start in terms of people were not very critical. I think people were a little bit concerned, where they were like, I don't know about this Jim Ryan guy. You know, Sean Layden just left and we liked him. All right, so I don't know. What do we think about this one? I feel like I was like half and half here. I mean, there's no way I could have predicted that 2 CEOs would have been announced. I said it wouldn't be Herman, but I also said it would be somebody unknown. I feel like nobody really knew Hideaki Nishino that well. So I feel like this is another one that's kind of divided. I did say that people would be very critical. I do think that's correct as well. I think people are being very critical of the new leadership of PlayStation right now. So another, I'd say like half point in this case. So we'll keep moving along here. Let's see what the next prediction is. Eighth prediction. Sony makes significant announcements for PC in 2024, including a launcher and trophy support. I think this is definitely going to happen. I could be wrong in my prediction that it will happen this year, but I 100% believe this is going to happen. I mean, there are job listings that confirm this is happening. But the reason why I think 2024 will be the year it does happen is because 2024 presumably is the first year where we're going to see some of Sony's live service games launch day one onto PC. Concord is slated for 2024, and it is a first-party PlayStation studio and game. It's launching day one on PC. Concord could very well be the first, as far as I'm aware, first ever first-party PlayStation game that launches day one on PC alongside console. And the launcher, I'm a little bit unsure of. Like, I feel much more confident in trophy support coming, but the launcher I could see maybe getting delayed and coming out later on in like 2025 or something, because it could, I'm sure it's not an easy thing for them to. All right, so again, another one where I feel like you're gonna give me a whole point for that one. Yeah, I mean, I did say that I could see the launcher not being ready, but yeah. I mean, we got quite a few games announced for PC. We got some games dropping day one on PC, like Helldivers and Concord, and even Lego Horizon. We did get trophy support as well. That is the thing that happened this year. So the only thing I didn't get with that was the launcher. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Prediction number 9. This one I think it's a little bit broad, I won't lie, but I didn't necessarily feel comfortable trying to get too detailed about it, because you'll see what I mean. So my number 9 prediction here for PlayStation in 2024 is PlayStation Plus will see an overall improvement across all tiers: essential, extra, and premium. Now, when I say improvement, I do want to make it clear what I mean. I'm not talking about day one first party launches. I do not think that's happening for PlayStation Plus. I don't think that's ever happening, but certainly not this year. So that's not what I mean. What I do mean in terms of improvement is minor improvements. Improvements that will not necessarily move the needle in a significant way. Improvements that could come in the form of better support for PlayStation. All right, so I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I feel like I'm not really engaged with PS Plus that much, so I don't know. You think it got worse? Yeah, okay, that's true. That's true. They did improve the cloud streaming, and they did actually expand PS Plus Premium PS5 streaming to the PlayStation Portal. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like those are objective improvements that have been made. But I also, at the same time, I can understand why people, when it comes to the games that they drop on the service, that's a bit more subjective, So I'll let you guys determine if I got that one right or not. And then we'll move on to the final prediction. Now, this one is one that I feel is kind of cheating a little bit. All right, when I say it's a prediction, because it was kind of leaked out during the Insomniac hack situation. But I do believe that Sony is going to announce sometime in 2024 that they are going to be expanding PlayStation Plus to other devices. Again, so, I mean, this one was a little bit I was cheating a little bit because I was basing that prediction off of the Insomniac hack, but that did happen. Like I said, PS Plus was announced it's expanding to PlayStation Portal. So the first time outside of PlayStation console hardware or dedicated home console hardware. So those were my 10 predictions. Overall, I honestly, I think I got most of them wrong. You know, some of it was like kind of half-half. I would say the stuff when it comes to the hardware and the service, I think I got most of that right. PS5 Pro summer announcement. It was going to be basically leaked out this year through a source or multiple sources that Sony is making another dedicated handheld that will run games natively. PS Plus expanding, more PC support. But it seems like when it comes to like the showcase, the first party game announcements, live service, I think that was the biggest one I got wrong. Obviously, I thought Concord was actually going to be something worthwhile, not literally the worst thing ever made. So, yeah. Makes me wonder how I should approach my predictions for 2025 if I choose to do them. Please predict the Super Bowl. Nah, bro. I don't want to curse anybody like that. I'm gonna mess people up real bad if I do that. Well, those were my 2024 predictions. Sony also had that in mind with Concord. Yeah, but the difference is Sony got to see it, bro. Sony got to actually see what that game was. I was completely in the dark. They bamboozled me, man. All right, come on, boss. All right, so we'll move on to the second part, which is let's review PlayStation's 2024. How do we feel PlayStation did in 2024? Think the Eagles are going to go to the Super Bowl? Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan. I'd like to see them go to the Super Bowl. Boss, come on. Dude, no. No, boss. 5 out of 10. C. Good enough? Boss, you're going to... You can't bite my stand. I'm just going to give him some treats because he's getting crazy. He doesn't actually want love. He just wants treats, bro. He's trying to play me. There, that should hold you over for 30 minutes. I thought PlayStation did okay this year. I think that they had a stronger year than some people made it sound in terms of the games that they had on offer, but generally speaking, I just feel like it could have been a lot better. I feel like that some of the mistakes they made were really, not good, you know? But I feel like everybody's going to have a different opinion because some people view like the announcement of Intergalactic as like, that's like a horrible thing, or Ghost of Yotei, like horrible announcement. Astrobot came out this year, one game of the year, but to a lot of people, they're like, I'm not interested in Astrobot. So there's like stuff like that. But I think generally speaking, they had an okay year. Wukong PS5 performance pissed you off. Fake 60 frame gen. Sony didn't refund you. The PS5 Pro situation, I feel like that was another, if we look at like kind of the highlights of the year for PlayStation, both good and bad. Helldivers 2, good, then bad, then good. You have games like Rise of the Ronin, Stellar Blade, I think it's pretty good. Then you have Concord. Concord, obviously a absolute dumpster fire train wreck. And then you have Astrobot, but then you also have the PS5 Pro, which is super divisive. You have the announcement of Ghost of Yotei, the announcement of Intergalactic. So I don't know, man. I feel like at this point in time, it's kind of there's good, there's bad, and I think that they all kind of cancel each other out to a certain degree. Had to unresubscribe to this channel after 2 years. MVG Xbox versus PlayStation discourse is becoming too toxic. Yeah. Well, it's all right, dude, because in 2025, I'm actually rebranding the channel. I'm not going to be a PlayStation channel anymore. I'm actually not even going to be a gaming channel. So stay tuned for that. Wait until you see what this channel is going to become. Which Sony live service game will perform better next year, Marathon or Fair Games? It has to be Marathon. It has to be Marathon, dude. I think Fair Games is going to flop. I think Fair Games is Concord too. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Fair Games is going to be Concord 2.0. I think it's going to be bad. I think we're going to realize that Sony is still kind of stupid by not canceling Fair Games. Maybe I'm being... This is where, dude, I'm going to have a new level of cynicism. You know, if there's one thing that's interesting about going back to these predictions is with some of the things that I really thought I wasn't going to be wrong about. Like, dude, I remember we were having conversations last year about like Sony has to have a showcase. They have to redeem themselves. And there were people who were like, bro, they're probably not going to do a showcase, man. I mean, there were people being shitty about it, like, LOL, keep hoping for that showcase. But there were people just being pretty sincere. They're like, I don't think Sony's going to do a showcase. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not rebranding my channel. We're still going to be a gaming channel. Don't worry. That was just a joke. Or was it? No, it's just a joke. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. No, don't worry. If that ever happens, there will be like one of those there will be one of those videos where it's like it's time to talk, guys, you know, something like that. I mean, I don't blame anybody for believing me. I was pretty serious right there. I think I came off pretty serious. I wouldn't blame anybody for not being able to realize I was joking. I was speaking pretty earnestly. But yeah, man, I think like going into 2025, like I'm not expecting a showcase. There's not going to be a PlayStation showcase. I'm expecting Fair Games to be a dumpster fire. Marathon might be okay. I don't think it's going to be a big hit. Ghost of Yotei, I think, could be a hit. Death Stranding, I think, could land really well. I assume Sony will announce some games. Like, we'll see Wolverine. But, yeah, I'm done getting ahead of myself, dude. I need to, like, reevaluate my expectations because I don't think that was the worst predictions list ever because I did get half of it right. But it's just the things that I got wrong, I got really wrong. You know, at least it feels like I did. Have we seen gameplay for Fair Games? No, we have not. Nope, we have not seen a single sliver of gameplay for Fair Games. Do I think the Switch 2 will fail? No. We don't need a showcase. We got Yotei coming, Mafia coming, Wolverine coming, DS2 coming. What else am I missing from the top of my head? GTA 6? I'm going to become a Salt channel, yeah. Who the F is Fair Games? Look it up. Look it up. PlayStation Fair Games, YouTube it. You're not missing anything. But if you want to know, let it flop. They need to learn from it. Yeah, dude. I actually had more faith in Concord back in January of last year, or this year. I had more faith in Concord because we saw less of it. You know, we just saw a spaceship and a burger and a gun, and I'm like, okay, maybe. Fair Games. Fair Games we got like a minute long CG trailer that kind of showed what the game was going to be like. And I'm like, this looks shitty. This looks terrible. Dude, I literally remember watching that PlayStation showcase after seeing that first game because they started with the PlayStation Studios logo. I was just like, what the fuck was that? This looks like ass. And seeing how bad Concord turned out, now I'm thinking, yeah, Fair Games is going to be just as bad, dude. Unless, listen, they could have changed it. It's been in development for a while now since we originally saw it announced. So maybe they had more time to like change certain things. But I think they're cooked. I think that's going to be another studio that gets shuttered by Sony. I think Bungie's done too, by the way. I'm not trying to be overly cynical, but I don't think Marathon's going to be a mega hit. I think it's going to be a good game, and if it does well enough, it could allow Bungie to survive. But I think Bungie over time is just going to completely be absorbed by PlayStation Studios, and there will be no more Bungie. Well, there will be, but they'll be like just completely under Sony. No more independence. They're not going to have any autonomy. They're going to be like an official PlayStation studio. That's what I mean when I say that Bungie's done. Not that Bungie's going to like completely dissolve or shut down or anything like that. I don't think that would happen. It would be pretty bad if that happened. They'd have to really fuck up like multiple times. Marathon is in such a niche genre. Yeah, Marathon was greenlit at a time when all these companies were chasing trends, thinking that the next battle royale was actually going to be extraction shooters. And surprise, surprise, it wasn't. Do you think Fair Games will be more like a Foam Star success? It won't be pulled offline. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not kidding when I say like I could see this game doing numbers just as bad as Concord. I mean, look, we haven't seen the gameplay yet, so if they show something that's like, oh shit, I was not familiar with their game, like that actually looks way funner than I thought, and not super generic, if they do that, maybe they could, but I don't know, dude. Like, I still think about that trailer and I'm like, it just doesn't look good. It just does not. It looks like slop, man. You're gonna laugh if it flops as bad as Concord. I hope for Sony's sake, they listen, man. They have time to cancel it. They have time to cancel it, and nobody would be upset. Nobody. If anything, people would be like, dodged a bullet. You already took a bullet. No need to take a second. But Concord jumped so Fair Games could dive. Is that the Payday clone game? I mean, yeah, I guess we don't know if it's actually going to play like that, but that's kind of that's like the premise, I guess. But yeah, I'm not feeling too confident in it. Ghost of Yotei and Death Stranding 2, I think, are going to be the highlights of next year. Death Stranding 2, I think, will be great. I think that we've seen a lot of that game, or a good chunk of that game. I think it's Kojima. I think we have a good idea of like what to expect there. I think that's going to be a solid release. Ghost of Yotei, I'm not so sure. I believe in Sucker Punch. I believe Ghost of Yotei will be good, but it's one of these things where it's like they have to prove a certain group of people wrong, and we'll see if they do that or not. I hope it turns out as good as I imagine it being in my head. Competitive Payday. Don't worry, MBG. We will get more Horizon this year. More Horizon, bro. Actually, yeah, we probably will see the Horizon multiplayer game. Oh, shit. Yeah, we got to see that in action. Anybody want to predict how many copies GTA 6 will sell? I don't think anybody can predict that, man. 20 million in the first 3 days. There's my prediction. I said nobody can predict it. Then I went on to predict it. 40 million in the first month. I could see it. I could see it, bro. Ugh. So I did a little experiment on Twitter, guys, and man, it's working. God damn it. I knew it would work. I was hoping it wouldn't. So I decided to do like some rage bait on Twitter. Somebody's saying rent is due. Like, I wish, bro. I fucking wish. I wish I could make money on Twitter, but I decided to do a little bit of rage bait on Twitter to see. Like, I wanted to prove my theory correct. Like, because sometimes I wonder, like, is it just in my head? Like, maybe it is a lot harder to do rage bait than I think, you know? No, it's not. It's not. I ruffled a lot of feathers by typing a single sentence, and it's very sad. Could the showcase be a thing of the past if they want to shorten the period of announcement? Yeah. I'm not expecting a showcase, dude. I'm not expecting a showcase. I'll be honest, I've totally given up on PlayStation showcases. It's over. It's over, man. I'd welcome one, but no. I think Sony's they're doing things differently now. I think 2024 illustrated that pretty clearly. Illegal Monkey, you're saying, full disclosure, I really only follow you here. Extremely rare if I check Twitter. Well, I mean, YouTube is what I care about, not Twitter, so I would prefer it that way. Guys, if we get 100 members right now, I'll delete my Twitter. 100 members right now, I'll delete my Twitter live on stream. DFC Intelligence says GTA 6 is projected to generate $3.2 billion in revenue in the first 12 months. Oh my lord. Holy crap. $3.2 billion in the first year. Yeah, I could see it making more than that, man. GTA 6 is going to be insane. Oh shit, you lowered the bar from 550. That's right, I lowered it. We went from 550. We'll do 100. Do 100. Make it happen. I'll delete that shit right now. That's a big ass cat. Wait. Where? Who said that? What cat? I looked behind me expecting Boss to be there. Maybe they're delayed. I think they might be delayed. They might be watching a stream on a delay. That I see that happen sometimes. Don't start begging. No, I am. Well, in this case, I am begging because it's like, please, guys, please give me the motivation to delete my Twitter. I'm begging you to give me the motivation to delete my Twitter. I already have quite a bit of motivation, but I need that last push. I need that last push. Like if somebody paid for me to delete my Twitter, I could not go back on it. That's what I need. That's what I need. I need somebody to give me that last motivational push to make sure I won't back out. You know what I mean? You think they saw the future and MVG's wearing a cat costume? Well, that's quite disturbing. Saying that member number is crazy. Well, to be fair, it was there for the whole month. It was there for the whole month. All right. We just happened to end it. Well, I mean, it's not over yet, but we're at like, we're at a cursed number. Illegal Monkey says, I think you would feel a lot better, MBG. I mean, probably, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Technically 96. Payne says, you have a lot of followers. Just keep it and push for engagement income there. I mean, dude, engagement income is like, look, I'm not saying it's non-existent. I'm not saying it's non-existent, but it may as well be. You know? Like, This is why I'm testing the rage bait on Twitter, because I'm just curious. Like, I've been keeping it pretty civil and tame, where it's like I'm just gonna ask some basic questions. And dude, it's like here's $6. Here's $14. It's like, and I'm talking about like after a month. Like that's for a whole month, or like a whole 2.5 weeks or some shit. And I'm like, what? This isn't worth it at all. That, like, what am I doing? You know? But yeah, I mean, dude, it's just one of these things where I've been checked out of Twitter for a long time now. I do still go on to check shit, to like keep up with stuff, but I'm like just trying to find some kind of justification, and it doesn't seem to exist. Money's saying, "Where's your self control, brother?" I mean, the closest I ever got to deleting my Twitter account was it. It was delete. I think I had it in the deletion phase for about 2.5 weeks, because the way it works is when you go to delete your account, there's a 30-day period you got to wait, and they do that purposely. So it's like you'll probably change your mind, and they're right. Most people do change their mind, and I'm one of those people. 2.5 weeks. They basically force you. They basically force you to take a break, because your account's not actually deleted. It's just deactivated. And at any point over those 30 days, you can reactivate it. That's why I'm saying, like, dude, I need that motivation to like commit to that 30-day period, to like, it's locked in. It's over, you know? Because I spent years on Twitter. I spent years building up a following, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I just want to burn it. You wish Sony would bring more PS1 games to PSN? I think they're going to. I would expect them to do more in 2025. Honestly, I think they've been doing a pretty decent job. I think it'll get better. Maybe not. Maybe they won't. But people, I don't know. People seem to have been pretty excited the past couple of months with like the classic launches. I think they've been slowly improving in that front. On that front, I mean. PS want to get into emulation. Devil Sure, you're saying free money, rage bait, and leave. Worth it to me. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I struggle with that, man. Like, I can't do that. I can't start a fire and then walk away. I have to like see how much damage the fire's doing. I have to witness the damage being done as well. Um, but that's a me problem. You want Sony to focus on the future, not the past? I mean, I don't, dude. It's funny when we talk about doing like PlayStation predictions for 2025. I have no idea what to predict, man. I'm just being honest. Like, I have no fucking idea at this point. Like, Sony in 2024 has proven to me that like they really are super unpredictable. More unpredictable than I could have imagined. I would have never predicted what happened with Helldivers or Concord or the PS5 Pro, it being $700. I would have never predicted that Intergalactic would be the new Naughty Dog game. Like, I just never imagined them doing something like that. Lot of surprises. I would have never predicted that Sony would just announce Astrobot and be like, it's out 3 months from now. Almost everything that happened this year, I couldn't have predicted. Because even when I think about like, oh, I was right about predicting the PS5 Pro, the only reason I was right about that was because we kind of all knew it was coming this year. But notice how I didn't predict the price. I didn't predict, how many games would be ready to go, what it would do for games. I didn't predict any of that because I had no idea. And I'm just feeling that way about pretty much everything now. You're thinking a price drop for the PS5 Pro? I don't think they're going to drop the price of the PS5 Pro anytime soon. The only time I see a price drop for the Pro coming is at the very end of the generation. Who knows? Maybe in 2025 I'll move to PC. Could that happen? I don't know. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening because like I'm not like assuming like Death Stranding. See, I don't know, man. I have all my trophies and shit. I can't just abandon it. You know? But maybe I could start playing some games on PC. Maybe 2025 I could dabble in it a little bit. We'll see. I just don't know if I'm going to like it. I get the feeling I'm not going to be as enthusiastic as a lot of PC players are. Like I think I'll be able to acknowledge like, oh, this is what people like about PC. Like I can understand that, but I don't know that it's going to be enough for me to should at least get Steam and some emulators. I do have Steam installed. I don't use it. You game more on console than PC. When you go to PC, you do other shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd be able. I don't know if I'd be able to or not. We'll see. We'll see. My PC is definitely capable. You mostly mod. Become a mobile gaming channel. Now we're talking. I'm going to become a mobile gaming channel. Give yourself up to the master race. Yeah, I'm going to get like a $4,000 rig and like not know what to do with it. You just bought a PSVR 2 and set it up. You're about to try Resident Evil 8. Yeah, I played Resident Evil 4 in VR for a while. It was really good. I heard that new Alien game is really good on PSVR 2, by the way. Heard it's really good. Did I figure out what was wrong with my camera? I said earlier in the stream that I loosened it a little bit. It was like screwed on really tight to the stand it's on. So I loosened it and that seems to have fixed it. So it's been good. And I hope it stays that way. Returnal on PC looks insane. Become a VR channel? Nah, there's no way I'd be able to do that. I do not play VR anywhere near enough. Carry a tablet around, watch cat videos. What? KFC console. All right, let me see where we're at. Yeah, I'm probably gonna keep today's stream a bit shorter because, well, to be honest, I didn't really come to the stream with a whole lot to talk about. I wanted to go over my 2024 predictions. I wanted to talk a little bit about how PlayStation did this year, and I did a little bit of ranting about random Twitter shit. Dude, the KFC console is funny. I remember that. You guys don't want me to end it yet? I mean, we could chat for a little bit longer. I don't mind doing that. Hold on. Do you guys see this this rumor? It's such a crazy rumor. Um Apparently I guess this guy is like a Valve insider. I'm not really familiar, but they go by the name Gabe Follower. What a name. Valve has started family and friends playtesting for HLX, which is presumably Half-Life 3. Like could that be real, dude? It's one of these things where like I don't know I don't know I don't know who this person is, but a lot of people seem to believe this rumor. This could explain why Gabe hasn't written back to my recent email. I want to add this is exactly how Deadlock got leaked very early on before the invite limitation got lifted. Shit, man. I don't know. It's looking like this game might actually be real. King Sam, you're saying just finished Okami for the first time. Really glad they announced the sequel because it got me to check out this masterpiece. Yeah, I never played Okami. I heard it's really good. Heard it's really good. Maybe one day I'll get around to it. Steam console. I mean, apparently a Steam console is coming. We have TBH Fishing with a direct donation. Says MBG, I'm back. Sorry if this donation is lagging. I am posting this from a Series S. Low FPS. Still looking forward to 2025. Bro is somehow able to do a direct donation using an Xbox Series S, man. I feel like, hold on, who is this? It's TBH Fishing just can't stop dunking on the Series S with all of his donations. Damn, dude. I appreciate it. I appreciate the donation, man. Imagine a Steam console with Half-Life 3, Portal 3, Team Fortress 3, Counter-Strike 3, throw in there Left 4 Dead 3, and I'm sold. I do wonder if this Steam console is real. Apparently it is. Apparently it is. Josh says we must be better. Left 4 Dead 3 is the game that I want from Valve, man. I love Left 4 Dead. It would be pretty insane to get a Steam console, though, because what would be interesting about it is we're at a point in time where a lot of people are convinced that console is like dying or, you know, it's on its way out. It's becoming less relevant. And it would be really funny if at the same time that people are thinking that, Valve is like, we're going to release a home console now, like a dedicated home console. I think it would kind of breathe new life into the console market during a time when Microsoft is like winding down. Yeah, one of my one of my better memories with Xbox was with the Xbox 360 playing Left 4 Dead 1. I was like blown away by it. I'm like, this game's amazing. Yeah, Steam did the Steam machines, and that they just didn't work very well. I mean, they worked fine, but I'm just saying, like, the approach to how they brought that to market, I don't think it really was the best way to go about it. How powerful do we think a Valve console would be? I would imagine It would be, I mean, I don't know. I guess at least as powerful as a PS5, maybe a little bit more so. Maybe not as powerful as a Pro though. I don't know. It's a tough one. Maybe it could land somewhere between a Series X and a PS5 Pro. I think Steam and PC still kind of suck because it's all digital with no physical. I mean, that's something that would be worth noting is if there was a Steam console, there would be no physical games for it, you know? All right, guys, we just hit the 1.5 hour mark. I think this is where I'm going to wrap it up. I don't want to just like artificially extend the stream just because, and just, you know, it's, I don't mind doing it a little bit, but once I kind of finish out the topics or I say everything I have to say about the topics, um, I think this will be a good place to kind of wrap up today's stream. I do want to thank everybody for stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit. Was pretty interesting to kind of go back over these predictions and see what I got right and just how badly I got some of those wrong. But yeah, I also want to thank anybody if you dropped any membership gifts or super chats or direct donations or anything. I appreciate the direct support. I can only do this because you guys make it possible. And also want to give a shout out to Devil Shooter, who does the timestamps for the streams for those who, you know, rely on them. I know a lot of people do rely on the timestamps. So if you guys see them in the comments, give them some thanks. Yeah, that's going to do it for today, man. I'm going to try to like chill out for a little bit because, dude, I feel like I've been streaming too much. I feel like it's catching up with me, and I don't want to. I don't want to try to force it at this point. You know, I got to make sure I go into 2025 as fresh as I can. So hopefully you guys understand. But I wanted to be sure to go over at the very least my predictions that I did and see what I got right and what I got wrong. I figured it was at least worth doing that. So. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out, and I will catch you guys in the next stream. So until then, take care, everyone.